In the early 2000s, Amazon was widely known as an online bookstore that had successfully expanded into selling almost everything. But behind the scenes, Jeff Bezos and his engineers were facing a massive internal challenge. Amazon's website traffic surged during holidays, especially on Black Friday and Christmas, forcing the company to build enormous server infrastructure that often sat idle for much of the year. Maintaining these servers was expensive, inefficient, and complicated. What began as a technical problem inside Amazon would soon transform the entire internet. Amazon's engineers realized they had built incredibly powerful computing systems to support their own operations. Instead of letting unused computing power go to waste, they asked a simple but revolutionary question. What if other companies could rent Amazon's infrastructure instead of building their own? At the time, most businesses had to purchase expensive servers, maintain data centers, and hire large IT teams just to operate websites or software. It was slow, costly, and limited innovation. In 2006, Amazon quietly launched Amazon Web Services, known as AWS. The idea was radical. Companies could now access storage, computing power, and databases over the internet, paying only for what they used. It was similar to how people pay for electricity instead of building their own power plants. Initially, many businesses were skeptical. Trusting another company with critical data and infrastructure seemed risky. However, startups quickly recognized the opportunity. Small teams could suddenly build massive digital platforms without huge upfront costs. As AWS grew, it fueled the rise of some of America's most influential technology companies. Netflix used AWS to stream movies globally. Airbnb relied on it to handle millions of bookings. Even government agencies and major corporations began shifting their systems to the cloud. The flexibility and scalability of cloud computing allowed innovation to move faster than ever before. By the 2010s, AWS had become one of Amazon's most profitable divisions, generating billions in revenue and reshaping how the internet operates. Competitors like Microsoft Azure and Google Cloud followed, sparking a global race in cloud technology. Today, much of the internet, from streaming services to mobile apps, runs on cloud infrastructure inspired by Amazon's early vision. What began as a quiet internal solution ultimately changed how the digital world is built, proving that sometimes the biggest revolutions start with solving a single company's problem.